Alright, what is up, guys? A little last minute Christmas Eve stuff, but I have Ty coming over with the borescope. He wants to take a look, or we wanted to take a look and see what these cylinder walls look like and the piston tops to see, how things are in here mechanically, because a lot of people had reached out to me after they saw the video of me removing the spark plugs. And they were like, I'm surprised your car even still runs. And I'm over here just like, yup. So, spark plugs still look super good. So I'm gonna take off all the spark plugs and then I'm gonna update you guys with, what's getting done, because shit's crazy. Alright. The doctor is here. We're gonna take a lookie.
That's the valve. Pretty good quality, huh?
Yeah, that's insane how good that is. I don't think it was the first and second, but I think it was the third. Well, maybe it was the second, third, fourth, and fifth, and the sixth.
This thing records still.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it has a little record button. Or you could take photos. That's why I took photos
Well,
with.
how much was that? Thing looks nice. The quality's freaking great.
100 or something.
Oh. Be careful not to get any dirties in there. I knocked like so much trash in there. I'm like, it'll burn up. I was taking them out.
Come on, get in there. This one's higher up. Eeh.
It's hard to get that spot, huh?
No, the piston's at the top.
Just can't get the angle from the other side, huh?
No. This looks fine. It doesn't look like nothing was banging around in this one.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's shit that fell in from taking out the plug.
This one's at the top, too. That's a valve right there. Oh, I got. Oh!
Yep. Ugh. Seal has failed. Alright, you're in.
Got only fucking ones on the bottom. I think something. Turn.
Oh god.
The chunks. Alignment, the hole. I'm going in. This one should be towards the butt.
Yeah.
Guess there's only one. No, they look fine. Maybe it's shot right out right away.
How would you know if that was bad? Like
You would see it.
Oh, okay.
I can't see the fucking valves because the piston's too high up. Yeah, looks fine. It's carbony. Oh.
Oh god. The precision.
Shit. Shit. Go up. Fuck. Fuck. No.
And you can't knock any of that in there either. It's a true jungle in there.
Ah, that's what's at the bottom. Hello.
So 1 and 4, or 1 and 6. That's the rotation. Don't usually rock the beanie, but it's kind of a chilly day. So, little update. Ty came over. Obviously, you guys saw the footage. We got the bore scope in there to take a look at things, and things checked out. I mean, unfortunately, 2 through 5 were up. It's just the way the stroke is on these engines with the inline 6, but there wasn't any obvious signs of any scoring on the cylinder walls. There was no damage to pistons. The valves looked like they had regular wear or not wear, but they had regular buildup from carbon, just pretty typical for the cylinders at this mileage and stuff like that. Probably could do a seafoam, throw that in there. I don't know. I probably won't even touch that till much later, but definitely something to look into if you ever notice your spark plugs are in that condition. It didn't really click with me until like a bunch of people saw the video and then they just were like, yo, check your crap. Ty reached out to me last night after he saw the video. He's like, I did not know your plugs were that bad. I was like, yeah, they're not great, you know, but it didn't click with me. I'm like, oh, either worst case scenario or best case scenario with that. So worst case scenario being they broke off inside the cylinder driving it and caused it to either get chewed up by the piston, which would have caused damage if the engine was, you know, either running for a long period of time, or it somehow made it out of the valves, you know, the exhaust valves, and it's now sitting where the catalytic converter is now, which is entirely possible, but it's unlikely. Or the third scenario, that they burnt up from just never being changed out. I don't know what mileage that they were ever touched, but obviously, like, that stuff was pretty worn out, even with, you know, the electrodes still being connected to some of them. They were pretty worn. So it's entirely possible that they were just worn out and they had burnt off, but that's a worst case scenario, and that's assuming everything was getting up to those temperatures. Turbocharged engines typically, you know, are going to see more wear because the engine's working harder. It's, you know, pulling more air in and, you know, combusting more. So that's also a possibility. I mean, it would have to get to some pretty extreme temperatures, but it's possible, you know, and it's, some of them were pretty worn back. I don't have the plugs anymore to compare. Obviously, I threw them away and didn't think much of it, but Chris in the DMs, or Chris in the comments section mentioned, he's like, hey dude, check that out, throw a bore scope in there, and then obviously Ty reached out and was like, we gotta go check this out. So he came over, we obviously went through, and everything seemed fine. There was still some good normal wear for a vehicle, and just a lot of regular carbon buildup. So the cars seemed to be in pretty healthy shape cylinder wise, and pistons looked normal. Everything was fine. Some of the valves that we were able to look at looked fine. So yeah, I got off lucky there. That was a really close call. I mean, when I thought about it, I'm just like, oh my god, my car might be shot, but it's not. And obviously, like, she drove like that for a very long time, and I drove 2 hours on that home from when I brought home the car. So it's like, it's been running like that for a while. Some of you are probably wondering, how is the car able to even run without an electrode on the spark plug? I found out that some ignition coils are actually strong enough to just push through that without actually needing electrodes, so it just pushes enough voltage through to the spark plug and you don't actually need an electrode on the spark plug, which is wild to me, which also causes extra wear on the coils themselves just because they're working harder. So just something to keep in mind. Check that stuff out every once in a while, especially if you're just buying a new car. It's always kind of a good idea. I mean, the higher mileage as well, but this girl did not do a great job of taking care of this car, it seems like. But yeah, guys, just be mindful of that. If you ever notice your spark plugs are in that bad of a condition, check and like get a bore scope, go in there and see if you can get an idea of where your cylinder health is at, because that can be bad, especially damaging valves. That's pretty bad. That could be a really catastrophic issue, and a lot of people have ran into that. So I got lucky, so I got my cars in toast. I mean, I think I already knew based off of throwing those new plugs in how the car responded, but still, just something to be mindful of. But that'll wrap it up for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just something just came up, and sometimes you got to get some answers. So yeah, take care, guys.